My name is Mira West, and I serve with the Foresight Institute for Research and Translation, FIRAT Rwanda, a multidisciplinary innovation engine advancing Africa-led development through science, technology, innovation, and knowledge translation. Today, I have the honor of introducing our agriculture program and the strategic mandate that guides our work. FIRAT was founded with a clear mission to close the gap between research and real-world implementation. We exist to ensure that knowledge does not sit on shelves as publications, but becomes measurable social and economic impact for African communities. Within this vision, agriculture is one of our most critical domains of action. At FIRAT Rwanda, our agriculture agenda is intentionally structured across 4 pillars: advancing food security and climate resilience through sustainable, adaptive farming systems; strengthening the link between agriculture and human health, particularly for women, children, and vulnerable households; unlocking value chain innovation in agribusiness to drive income, employment, and farmer-led entrepreneurship; and building capacity, especially for youth and women, to equip the next generation of African agricultural leaders with modern, scalable technologies. A distinctive emphasis of our strategy is the elevation of underutilized legumes and orphan crops, foods historically neglected by mainstream systems but rich in nutritional value, ecological resilience, and market potential. This commitment was reinforced at the recent 8th National Stakeholder Summit on Underutilized Legumes at IITA, where FIRAT participated actively. The summit made one point unmistakably clear. Crops like the black and red Bambara groundnut are not the future, they are the urgent present. Naturally drought-tolerant, nutrients-dense, globally trending for their health value, and capable of fixing nitrogen to enhance soil fertility, these legumes are climate shock absorbers, health assets, and economic opportunities all at once. However, the opportunity is matched by practical constraints. We are still contending with hard-to-cook varieties, a near absence of mechanized processing, weak market linkages, limited access to credit and quality inputs, and a shortage of high-yielding varieties ready to deployment. This is why FIRAT Rwanda is working collaboratively, not hypothetically, but immediately, to drive action across 3 priority fronts: genetic improvement and breeding of crops like pigeon pea and Bambara to improve yield, reduce cooking time, and accelerate adoption; technological innovation, including vertical farming and rapid multiplication strategies tailored to African realities; and extension and communication reform, deploying not only traditional field agents, but digital channels, influencers, and rapid reach formats that ensure knowledge reaches the last mile. Together with national governments, international research institutes, farmer organizations, and private sector partners, Professor Mifta Udin and our broader FIRAT Rwanda team are committed to turning these summit insights into deployable, scalable, evidence-based solutions for Rwanda, for Nigeria, and for Africa at large. This is not a theoretical conversation about agricultural transformation, it is an implementation agenda, and today we invite you to be part of building that future with us. Before we move forward, it is my privilege to introduce the moderator for today's session, a man whose life's work reflects not only academic excellence, but a profound devotion to African agricultural transformation. Professor Abdurauf Mifta Udin hails from Atiba local government in Oyo town, and his journey from Alafia Nursery and Primary School in Ibadan to becoming a full professor of agricultural production economics is a testament to unwavering purpose. With a BSc and MSc from the University of Ibadan and a National Youth Service year in Sokoto that earned him a State Merit Award, he built a formidable foundation in agricultural economics long before the word innovation became fashionable in development conversations. Since joining LAUTECH Kintalota University of Technology in 2004, Professor Mifta Udin has risen through the ranks with remarkable speed and clarity of vision, from assistant lecturer to full professor in 2018. His work, deeply empirical and impact-driven, focuses on resource and agricultural production economics, interrogating the low productivity of African farming systems and identifying precise, scalable interventions to reverse that trend. He is an ardent advocate of technology and knowledge transfer between African countries, not as theory, but as an urgent implementation agenda. With over 60 peer-reviewed journal publications, extensive leadership experience at LAUTECH Kintalota University of Technology and the University of Swaziland, and a powerful mentoring footprint, having supervised more than 150 undergraduate and 28 postgraduate students, Professor Mifta Udin is not just a scholar. He is a system builder, a communicator, and a relentless believer in the future of African farmers. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to hand over to the moderator of today's session, Professor Abdraouf Miftahudin. Professor, the floor is yours. My name is Mira.
Yes, sir.
Facilitation at the Ladoke Akintola University of Technology LAUTECH Open and Distant Learning Center, LODLC, Ogbomoso, Oyo State, Nigeria. With over 9 years of progressive academic engagement, she specializes in agricultural development and policy, food security, nutrition outcomes, climate change, and welfare economics. Our work also spans social network analysis, emerging application of artificial intelligence in agriculture, and the dynamics of open and distant learning system. Dr. Fajobi has made significant contributions to empirical research utilizing both quantitative and qualitative methodologies. She demonstrates strong competence in data management and advanced econometric analysis using R, Stata, SPSS, and eViews, which she applies in her publications, student mentorship, and collaborative research projects. She has published in reputable national and international journals and has contributed book chapters and peer-reviewed conference papers, reflecting her dedication to the advancement of knowledge in agricultural economics and digital learning system. A committed educator and mentor, Dr. Fajobi has supervised over 20 undergraduate research projects, nurturing young scholars and strengthening research capacity within her department. She teaches and facilitates several online distant learning courses, including agricultural production economics, research methods, econometrics, statistics for agricultural economics, and agricultural project appraisal and analysis. Our pedagogical expertise is further enhanced by our involvement in curriculum development, course design, and instructional innovation for blended and fully online programs. Dr. Fajobi is an active member of several professional bodies, including the Nigerian Association of Agricultural Economics, NAAE, the Open, Distant, and E-Learning Association of Nigeria, ODELAN, and the IPECOS, Institutions and Development Research Center. She has also participated in numerous workshops and university-led capacity development programs focused on research, mentorship, entrepreneurship, and technology enhanced learning. Driven by excellence, Dr. Fajobi continues to advance impactful research in food systems, climate-smart agriculture, women's livelihoods, and digital education, contributing meaningfully to national development and the academic community in Nigeria and beyond. I will now welcome Dr. Mrs. Debora Tosin Fajobi to give us his lecture on the imperative of gender equality and youth inclusions in the agricultural system. Dr. Fajobi, you have the floor in the next 40 to 45 minutes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for that introduction. So I'm grateful. Um, Let me go straight to my slide so that I won't waste much of our time. So, what is gender? You can see the picture depicting what gender is. Gender refers to the characteristics of a woman, the men, the boys, the girls that are socially constructed. You can see this picture. You see the woman, you see the body composition of the woman and the man. You see the differences that the man that I have here does not have the body composition of breast. Permit me to say that. And also their private parts distinguish the difference between the women and men. So let me continue with the next slide. So here we'll be talking about equality and equity, gender equality and gender equity. What is gender equality? Gender equality is the state where all genders have equal rights. You can see the picture that I'm showing here. See how equality, the gender equality. Either you are tall, either you are short, either you are at the middle age, you have the same rights, equal opportunities, equal resources to get anything that you want to get. It's either male or female, women or men. Why equity is the process of using fair treatment which men or women can participate. They have equal rights, they have equal access to any resources or equal opportunity to exercise any form of control. That is equity. You see the picture depicting equity here, gender equity. The person that is smaller is being given something to raise uh, the person up, followed by the next person. So that is the difference between the gender equality and gender equity. Please, I want you to try and follow me. The difference between the two of these gender equality and gender equity is the process of using fairness to treatment. Either you're a male, either you're a female, you have equal rights to any form of opportunity or any form of resources that is being distributed within the community. So let's now continue. What are the gender issues in agriculture? What is agriculture? I know most of us we know that agriculture remains the backbone of rural livelihoods in agriculture in Africa, and also is the practice of farming, including the cultivation of the soil for growing of crops, rearing of animals, introducing a lot of new technologies, entrepreneurship, transforming your agricultural produce for people to get at a cheaper rates, maybe at the market and the likes. That is what agriculture involves. So what are now the gender issues in agriculture? We know that unequal access to resources, to services, lack of labor, access to credit or other support services is being discriminated in agriculture when we are talking based on gender. You will see when anywhere you go, any typical African person, when you're talking about agriculture, what they will expect from you is people that are into agriculture, they are men, because that is what our social norms has already been pictured or been given to us right from the childhood. So, but agriculture, it's beyond that. There are some issues now that we face: the gender differences in roles and activities, unequal access to agricultural extension and research, gender differences in participation in decision making. When all our governments want to make decisions pertaining to agriculture, you will see that there are gender imbalance. And when we have, let me cite an example here in Nigeria where we have a lot of our senators, our ministers that are full of men. While women, maybe we have 4 or 3 senators now at the House of Representatives. When they want to make policies, or when they want to do some things based on agriculture, there will be gender biasness, because they don't know what these women are passing through. They don't know the experience, but they will make their policy based on men. Please, I want you to follow me. So another one is that failure to recognize the roles, the differences, and the inequalities between men and women. And this has posed a serious threat to the effectiveness of agricultural development agenda in Africa and all over the world. So, what has the way out? What is now the importance of gender equality in agriculture? We've already established, there is a fact being established by different scholars that women plays a lot of roles in agriculture globally. And also, women constitute about 43% of agricultural labor. And also, they also involved in food production. We have they involved in food production. Women produce over 50% of the world food supply, according to our facts. And also globally, women does not have access to agricultural land. They are being deprived of access to land. So all these things are part of the gender inequalities that we have in agriculture. So let's now move down to the importance of gender equality in agriculture. The first one is economic benefits. We have economic benefits. If there are gender equality in agriculture, there will be benefits based on economic, there will be benefits based on social benefits, and also it will strengthen the food security and also reduce poverty through gender inclusivity. So let me now try to explain these economic benefits. You know that when there is gender equality in agriculture, since women have a larger some percentage that they have a quota by participating in the production of agricultural, maybe in the finished goods, in the starting, but the processing of finished goods. So there, it will enhance productivity, it will increase the farm output, and also it will boost the agricultural, the national agricultural growth when women have equal access to resources within them. Am I audible? So the next one also is social benefits. It promotes inclusive development, it improves household, and also it strengthens community resilience. If that's some of the importance of gender equality in agriculture. And also, gender inclusion ensure equitable access to land. There will be access to credit, training, and technologies which improve food availability, and it reduces rural poverty within the community. So why is it now important for youth to be included in farming activities? We know that uh, now that uh, there are a lot of things outside around the world, and these youths want to be part of agriculture. They want to bring new innovation. They want to bring technology where agriculture will improve beyond what our forefathers have been doing before. They want to bring in new innovation where it will improve the productivity of agriculture. So the reason why there is need for youth to be included in agriculture these days is that it bring innovation. Youth bring innovation. Youth also try to adopt different technologies that are around. New innovation like greenhouse farming, new innovation like bringing in irrigation into farming system, which improve the productivity of anything, any activities of the agricultural produce or activities that they want to do. And also, it will help them in entrepreneurship towards agriculture. And another one is that exclusion leads to urban migration. So many youths, they don't want to go to uh, the rural settings. But when there are uh, different innovation in the urban settings, this set of youths can as well be included in farming, in agriculture. And also, youth bring rebranding in agriculture. Are you getting it now? It's They bring different rebranding through technology driven, through sustainable sector. This attracts a lot of youth and also promotes gender balances. And also, youth also young people adapt quickly to practice climate smart agriculture, where the plants that they will have, the crop that they want to plant, will be resistant to diseases. And when they plant it, they will have a bountiful harvest. So this make youth to want to be part of agriculture. So the next thing that I will now be talking about are what are the current uh, gender gaps in agriculture system, which debars gender, which limits maybe females or males that they do not want to go into agricultural system. The first one is limited decision making power. When our leaders are trying to make decisions, you see, I think I've already mentioned it earlier. The example we have presently in Nigeria, all our senators, all our ministers being represented at the House of Assembly, there is no gender balance. So when they want to make decision, they make decision based on one gender, which is not supposed to be. And also, these youths, they don't have access to finance. Most of them are not well trained. Most of them don't have enough technology to function into the agricultural system. And also, uh, there are disposition based on women or female that your job is not on the farm. Your job is to take care of your family at home, do domestic work, or just come and pack all the goods, all the outputs that your husband or your heads as a man has done on the field, which are some of the problems or current gaps that is being faced by gender. And also limited representation in farmers group or corporations or cooperatives. You will see a lot of people farming group, farming representation, the balance, the gender balance is not that much. So these are some of the gaps that is being faced by gender in agriculture. So let me now talk more about why it is important for youth to be included in agriculture. You know that the larger percentage of all the African population now, for youth, they have the larger percentage. And agriculture can address youth unemployment. You know, we have a lot of unemployment uh, this time globally, and young people is being driven by innovation. They are being driven by technology adoption. They are being driven by agribusiness transformation. So since there is a lot of unemployment, so youth want to come into agriculture to drive agriculture through the new innovation, through new technology adoption, through new transformation in agribusiness. So, what is now the way out? What is the way out? What are the things that we need? What are the things that is debarring our youth in participating in this agriculture agriculture? The first one is limited access to land. When younger ones, like female or women, when they want to start farming, when they want to start farming, they will tell them that they don't have access to land, that they can't give them land. Why? Because they are females, because there is gender biasness. And also when a man or a male go there, that he needs a land that he wants to access, they say, okay, this is the portion of the land that we have allotted for a male farmers, but for female you don't have access. And also our cultural norms also did not give access to women in have access to land, which is not too good. So some of these, it serve as a barriers in youth participating in agriculture. Another one is lack of setup of capital. You know, when youths, when they want to access loan, they will be telling them at the maybe Bank of Agriculture that they should go and bring collateral. If you did not know somebody that knows somebody, they will not give you the capital. And also low attractiveness of traditional farming. You know, in the olden days, our forefathers, when they are doing their own traditional farming, their output is very, very low. So this youth, a lot of youth now say that there is nothing in agriculture. It's not attractive. There is low income. But whereas if there are technologies, if there are new innovation to this agriculture, these youths, a lot of youths will be more to focus on agriculture than before. Another one is inadequate digital and entrepreneurial skills. A lot of youth nowadays, let me say, majority of youth don't have entrepreneurial skills. And since you don't have entrepreneurial skills, it will be a barrier in participating in agricultural practices. And also rural urban migration prayers. You know, people want to move from from rural to urban settings. They want to enjoy the urban facilities, the facilities that are not in the rural areas, like uh, electricity, water, good network, good roads. All those things are what serves as barrier in why youth does not participate in agriculture. So what are the strategies that we can use or to make to enhance youth to include in agriculture, to make them to participate very well in agriculture? The first one is that there should be an entrepreneurship programs that will include youth, that this program will focus on youth. and it will be gender sensitive. And also access to credit and grants. Not that there will be being biased in giving grants to male more than female. No, it should be equal. And also skill development on ICT, on climate smart agriculture, on different skills on agribusiness should be these skills should be coming up often times so that both gender should have advantages and they should participate in these skills. And also there should be a program, mentorship program for youth that focus on extensions. All those things that is being needed for them to participate in agriculture, they should try to do this program for them. And also there should be a program uh, based on women in agriculture. There should be digital agricultural solutions where it will empower women, where it will also empower youth. You know, women when they have one solution, or when they have access to a lot of things, it will have impact on the family, it will have impact on the community that they are living in. So there is need for the government to make a lot of strategies in order to enhance youth inclusion in agriculture. So let's move forward. So despite all these constraints and limitations, women and youth can also do well in agriculture if resources, if opportunities are well distributed equally, that there is no biasness in giving this opportunity or resources to one gender when it's being balanced. So women and youth will definitely do well in agriculture. So, so what are some of the roles or the policy that we need to promote gender equality in agriculture? The first one is to strengthen land and inheritance rights. You know, in some African countries, in some African countries, yes, there are some communities that a female child cannot inherit his father's land. They will tell the female that it's not your property. You don't have access to land. It's only male child that have access to land. There should be a policy that will promote or strengthen land and inheritance rights for both genders. And also, there should be a policy that will be based on gender responsive budgeting. When you are doing for male, definitely should be the same thing for female. And also, there should be equal access to extension services and productive inputs. When you give a male farmer some inputs, as well, it should be allotted to female farmers too, in order to encourage them to be included in agriculture. And also, we should encourage woman leadership in cooperatives in these farming activities. Let there be leadership. Let there be women activities where they will come together to be a leader, even to the males also. Not that we will not be looking so that women will not be our leader. No. Let there be policy that will strategize, that will promote gender equality in agriculture. And also, what are the roles? What are the things that youth can do? Make use of digital tools. The first one is make use of mobile app for market information. When anywhere you are, you can as well there should be an app, mobile app, where maybe farmers, sellers, buyers, they can meet to have access about what is going on about agricultural produce. And also, there can be access to climate smart technologies. What is going on in one country? What is going on in another country? So from there, it will encourage women, it will encourage gender to be included in agricultural activities. So the next one is, what is now the way forward? What is the way forward? The first one is to adopt inclusive agricultural policy and also to invest in our youth. And also government should come, or NGOs should come out to give gender responsive innovations, not only for men, not only for female. Any agricultural policies that we want to do should be based on youth and gender responsiveness. And also they should promote equal access to resources, the same training for both genders, and also on how they can go on farming activities for both genders. And also policies can be strengthened for community institution in order for inclusive development for both genders. So with this, there should be a policy on innovative for gender inclusivity in agriculture. The first one is sustainable development goals, SDGs. There should be there can be equality policy. That one is globally, it can be adopted based on each country also. And also there should be a United Nations women empowerment principles that can be useful, that they can do policy or initiative in order for gender, or for male and female to be included or inclusive in agriculture. So let me now conclude that gender equality and youth inclusion are not optional. It is a must. And they are the fundamental to sustainable agricultural transformation. If we are looking for agricultural transformation, sustainable one, there is need for gender equality and there is need for youth inclusion in agriculture for agricultural sustainable and transformation. So with this, uh, thank you for listening. Hello, sir. Can you hear me? Yes, I'm done, sir. I don't know if there are questions and answers that I need to answer. Is there any question, sir? Hello, Prof. Are you there, sir? Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yes,
Dr.
sir.
I can hear you, but I think you are not hearing me.
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
I can't hear you, sir. I can't hear you, sir. Okay, can you hear me now? Yes, sir. Okay. Yes, I'm there. And I think you are hearing me. Yes, you are hearing me, sir. Okay.
Yes, sir.
We just want, if you have any question for our presenter, you can type